actually works. All right, we're on. So we're here with Paul Scanlan from Legion M, and you were or are still with Moby TV.
Well, I'm on the board of Moby TV, but I'm not operational. My full-time job is with Legion M.
Okay,
Yep.
I figured we'd get that out of the way, because if you research you, Moby TV comes up.
Yep.
All right, so let's start off with the most obvious question. What was your inspiration for Legion M?
Well, for us, Jeff and I started Legion M together, and we had previously started another company called Moby TV, which we're still shareholders of, but we have a management team now running that company. And when we started that company, one of the things that, one of the experiences that we had is we had friends and family that believed in us. Before we started it, before we built any value in it, they wanted to invest in us. And so we thought, oh, that's great. Yeah, let's raise some friends and family investment to start the company, and we did it. And then later, like a few months later, we met with the lawyers, and the lawyers said, oh, all your friends and family, like literally brothers and sisters, unless they meet this SEC definition of an accredited investor, they're not allowed to invest in your company. We're like, well, but they're our family. And it's like, oh, no, doesn't matter. And so we thought, oh, that's so weird. Like, that's bullshit, really. And so anyway, but, we went back, we apologized, we paid them back with interest, and, it just was legally, we weren't allowed to take their investment. So, okay, and then we grew an amazing company that had a lot of value, and we always felt kind of shitty about it, that, like, they weren't able to participate. All the people that met that definition were allowed to, and the definition really is the only thing it defines is how wealthy you are.
Which is really unfair, because how do you get wealthy?
Totally unfair.
You invest in companies.
Bullshit. Yeah, it's so weird. It doesn't measure like your experience in investing or anything. It's just purely based on your net value. And so in 2012, an act went before Congress to reform these antiquated securities laws, because everybody agreed that in an economy that's dominated by startup growth, if the only people allowed to invest in startups are already wealthy, we're just widening the wealth gap in our country. And it's not good for entrepreneurs or anyone, really. I mean, it's only good for the accredited investors.
Well, it's not good for me, because I could never invest in an Apple or a Facebook or Google or anything,
until they
and
go
I'm looking
public.
at all the money they made.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. And so, when the law went, when Congress passed it, and it's actually probably one of the rare times that Congress passed something with almost unanimous support. Everybody agreed that these laws needed to change. And so it took them 4 years to write the act to become a law. It's like just classic.
It's
but
government.
So in 2016, the law was finally available, and we were literally the first company to file with the SEC to take advantage of it. And for us, it has that personal. This is something that we think is good for the economy. It's good for everybody. We also want to be responsible about it. So one thing, we're really transparent. We warn people about the risks of startup investing. We don't want people to feel like, we don't want people investing too much money, and it's not a safe place for your retirement savings. And the minimum investment is $100, so we made it really affordable. But we also make it something that people can join for free, and you don't need to make an investment to be a part of it. But we call it Legion M, and our M has a bar over it, because our long-term goal is to unite 1 million fans together to co-own the next great entertainment company.
So is that 1 million Legion M members or 1 million investors?
Well, either or, really.
Okay.
I mean, we'd be happy with members, and then we'll be happy with investors. And, I think the way we look at it, that M is a bar over it, right, which is a Roman numeral for 1 million. Whether it's 1 million investors or 1 million members, it's the strength in our community is what it represents. And if they are investors, and right now the average investor puts about $500 in Legion M. So if we get to 1 million, we'll have $500 million to invest in projects that have 1 million people emotionally and financially invested in them.
Which the word of mouth on a project is worth way more than the advertising budget of most of these projects.
Yes. No, it's a grassroots movement, really. It's like, this is what we're building, and it's also, it's a community. You know, I mean, we look at Legion M as an entertainment company, but we see it more as a community first. You know, it's more important that we're creating this community, because that's really where we get our superpower from. You know, the bigger and more engaged that community is, the more power we'll have as an entertainment company. The power to introduce new, wildly original projects and give them, to back new creators and new directors, and to spawn more diversity in this industry, to, you know, chase out predators in this industry. I mean, there's that when, you know, individually we're all just fans, but when we come together we have power. We want to use that power to have a positive impact on the industry.
And all of that's really fantastic, especially with everything we're hearing now about all the stuff in the industry. It's heartbreaking when you hear...
Well, the industry's time for change.
You see these people that a lot of people have idolized all these years, and then you start hearing all the dirt that's coming out. It's like, how horrible is it for the people in the industry, and how heartbreaking is it for people that want to get into the industry to be faced with that?
Well, I think, you know, one of the challenges that the industry, I think, has had, and for us, and one of the things that we're really trying to change is how exclusive it is, you know, and that exclusivity and the concentration of power leads to like bad stuff. And so for us, you know, we don't want to be exclusive. We want to open the gates to Hollywood. We want to put fans at the center of it. I mean, if you think of it, you know, the industry is changing. A lot of dynamics and, you know, how people consume content. I mean, Moby TV was a big pioneer in changing how and where people could consume content and what that looked like. And so we know the industry is in a metamorphosis, right? It's always constantly changing. But the one thing that is an absolute standard that will never go away is that the audience is what matters most. You know, that great content that no one watches is worthless. Great content that has an audience is really valuable. But the key denominator there, the common denominator, is the audience. And so if we're uniting the audience, an audience together, I mean, it's like if everyone at, you know, WonderCon pulled together and said, let's go do this together. I mean, these are the most passionate fans of entertainment on the planet.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see somebody with Black Panther inspired cosplay over there.
Exactly.
All right, well, moving on from that.
Yep.
Third round is starting to open up, and you did it a little differently this time. You're taking reservations. Now, for those people that aren't yet a member of Legion M, aren't yet an investor, can you explain what this means? Because I personally have somebody that asked me, well, are you a referring investor? Can you refer me? Because I see that there's a wait list already.
Yeah. Well, so the way it works is, like I said earlier, anyone can join the Legion at any point in time. It's always free to join, because we want to be open, and, you know, we have a meetup tonight where our Legion M will come together, but it's open to everyone. Anyone that, you know, is curious about what we're doing, they're also welcome to come. As far as the investment round goes, what we're doing is we want to make sure some of our rounds have sold out, and, you know, and they sell out relatively quickly. And so one thing we want to do is we want to make sure that people that want to participate in that round have an opportunity to make a reservation that guarantees them a spot. Now, it's not binding. So at the, you know, when the round opens up, if they change their mind or they don't like the terms or whatever it is, they can change their mind. But making that reservation secures you a spot in the round. And so, and there's no pressure from us or from anywhere for us to, like, you know, get members to invest. You know, and we're really clear about this. Like, we don't want Legion M to be scammy or salesy or anything like that. People should invest if they want to invest. Like, we don't want to be, you know, talking people into investment. We think it's a smart investment. I mean, Jeff and I are betting our careers and our life on this business opportunity because we fundamentally believe in it. You know, we think that we think that if we're successful, we won't just change the world, but we'll create something that has enormous value. And that's our ambition. You know, that's what we want to do.
Well, personally, I appreciate the low sales pressure because when you first came out, I was hearing about this Legion M thing, and I'm going,
like a scam.
It's got to be a scam. It's too good to be true.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That first round came and went, and I was kind of going, I don't know.
Yeah.
Second round came around, and I started going, these guys are
still
starting
around.
to,
Exactly.
they're still around. They're starting to talk about some projects.
Yep.
I've seen them in person at a show.
Yep.
They might be real.
Yeah.
And then, so I put a little in. And then
Yeah.
Colossal came out.
Yeah.
And then you started making some more progress with the pitch elevator.
Yeah.
And then the whole Stan Lee star.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys getting
oh my
that?
God, the
How
Stan
did
Lee
Stan
imprint
not
ceremony.
have a star all these years?
Oh my God, yeah.
So
The
all of a
imprint
sudden you
ceremony,
start seeing Legion M tied to these projects, and I'm going,
Yeah.
they're starting to make some decisions that actually are hopeful.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
we're doing real stuff, and we totally get it. And this is one of the reasons why we tell people, like, look, join for free. Like, I mean, we get it. If we saw an ad for something like this in Facebook or heard about it from a friend, our skepticism would, like, we'd say the same thing. Like, oh, that sounds weird. I'm not sure. But so that's why we allow people to join for free. Come along, come to a meetup, check out our films. We do a Facebook Live update almost every other week. We're constantly, there's a running diary of what we're doing and what we're working on our webpage.
And you end up now with the regional Legion M groups on Facebook,
we
which
have
is
all
really
the-
amazing
Yep.
to see. You're seeing community
Yeah.
develop its own communities, go, hey, we're local, let's get together locally to
and
do
we
stuff.
love that. It's like it's one of the most assuring and reinforcing parts of starting this company is just how that community has come together. Like when we went to Sundance this year, we brought in sponsors and had Leonard Maltin doing interviews. So we took over a venue on Main Street.
Yeah, I was jealous.
It was amazing. I mean, next year you have to come. Really, you got to come. And you'd be surprised how affordable it is. And keep this in mind. So if you're a Legion M member, or even if you're not and you're just curious and want to come by, we took over a venue. Sponsors pay for a lot of it, right? We're giving away pizza and drinks. It's free. So you can eat for free.
That works.
We had a lot of Legion M, and this was really special actually. We had a lot of Legion M members. We had a special place on our forum where people that were all wanted to meet up in Park City and share like an Airbnb or something. We're meeting each other for the first time and sharing a condo or a home or something.
And that
so they
speaks
could
to community, because that takes a lot of courage.
It does.
To share a place with people you've never met before.
Well, and they're making lifelong friends.
Yeah.
I mean, we get a lot of, actually, it's very energizing to hear the stories that we get from Legion M community members that are, talking about people that they met, or, they hooked up with this other person, they met him at a meetup, and now they're making a film together, or they just did a deal for a comic book or something. It's like amazing. It's awesome.
Okay, the first time we hear about Legion M members meet and get married,
exactly.
That's got to go
could
up.
happen.
That's got to go up.
That's true.
Well, I know your time's precious here,
Yeah.
so I'm going to jump to the next thing pretty quickly, and then the last question for you. All right, so we've got Colossal, Field Guide to Evil, Pitch Elevator, Icons Face to Face, Bad Samaritan, Mandy.
Yep.
What else is coming?
Well, we're announcing 3 new projects today at our panel at 6:30 here at WonderCon. We've got 3 new TV series that we're announcing.
Well, this will air after the panel, so
Yep.
feel
Okay.
free to name them.
So they'll be announced. I'm gonna wait and we'll have a posting on it that
And I
that
wasn't
they're
even
really
going to
cool.
tweet it out ahead.
All
Come
right.
on.
All right. Well, I'll give you the names.
Okay.
One's called Airship Cowboys, and it's a really fun project. It's kind of like Archer meets. It's kind of Archer-esque. I mean, it's really like a fun, hopefully maybe an animated series. The other one's called Evermore, and it's like a really in-depth exploration in like a fantasy universe.
Okay.
And the last one's called Malice, and it's and we'll have information on our website about these. And Malice is really about imagine if Romeo and Juliet didn't die, and their vindictive rival families had to coexist.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
So this
The
is
in-laws.
Yes, exactly. So this takes place in Philadelphia. It's really testing whether Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love or not. So it's a great script, and we're excited about all 3 of them. And then we have another one that actually we'll hopefully announce maybe at Silicon Valley Comic-Con, which I think is it's really badass.
Okay. Well, considering this interview may get shared on a sister site called Metal Life Magazine, I've got to hit the music topic here. So what do you listen to?
What do I listen to?
Yeah,
well,
what do you listen to?
I like hard rock kind of borderline heavy metal music. You know, one of the things that Mandy, the film that finished at Sundance as one of the top reviewed films, had a heavy metal soundtrack from Johan Johansson, who, as you may know, recently passed away. Yeah, sadly. And this was one of his last projects, and it's absolutely amazing soundtrack. And Legion M is not only an investor in the film, but we are an investor in the soundtrack. Okay. And so that's something that we're excited, is that we haven't released any of it yet.
Well, considering I have one of the soundtracks that he did, that's going to be another one I'm going to want to get my hands on.
Yeah. Which one do you have? Theory of Everything?
No.
Sicario?
And
Sicario's great.
I actually
he also did Arrival.
Oh, you did? The label.
Oh. You know, it's so sad that he's not with us anymore, because he really was
amazing,
unbelievable talent. And this is the first time he had really done something that was like, you know, it's almost black metal. And so, you know, for me, I listen to all kinds of music. I like jazz, I like blues, I like rock, I like everything. But the stuff that like really gets me energized is the hard rocket. Heavy metal.
If you like
Helmet's one of my favorite bands.
You like a wide range of music.
Yep.
One band that you would never think to check out for hard rock or metal.
Yep.
Two Cellos.
Ooh, Two Cellos? Is that the name of the band?
That is the name of the band.
And it's heavy metal?
They do everything from classical through, they have covered Metallica.
Oh, I'm going to check that out.
The one thing not to do is don't go to a concert of theirs on Tuesday before Comic-Con, because you go into Comic-Con with zero voice.
Oh, really?
Last year, that was me.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
They get you to rock out at their concert.
Oh, that sounds really cool. There's another band I really like, which is an all-instrumental, like, hard rock band called Pelican. And they're worth checking out.
I'll check that one out.
All right, cool.
Well, I do have to throw this in there just for a laugh.
Yeah, go for
it. Spidey Sense, thank you for your time. I'll ask you about that a different day.
Thank you. All right, perfect. I appreciate all your support too. Thank you for that.
Well, you're actually giving me that light at the end of the tunnel of, well, okay, I can take this money and invest it in Legion M.
Yep.
I watch my 401 and 403s do this up and down every time the government decides to do something wonky.
Yep, exactly.
And
like
this
today.
one, I'm going, this is the dream money.
Yes, this is it. This is the lottery ticket. Yeah, this is
what they're saying. This could be my retirement.
You know what? We're gunning for it.
So,
we're going to leave everything on the table to make that happen.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity and the dream.
Likewise.
Because that's what it is. It's the dream of the future.
Well, you know, it's interesting for us. I mean, it wouldn't be possible without the community. I mean, it may sound cheesy, but literally that's the power. It's not about me or Jeff, it's about us. And this is our company, and it's our opportunity to change the industry. And I think, you know, what's been amazing is not only like has the community come together in such a special way, but the industry is also completely opened up to us. You know, we have,
amazing.
You know, it's not like doors are being shut on us. You know, doors are opening, and you know, we were very close to making an investment in Shape of Water, which won Best Picture this year, and you know, we're big Guillermo fans, and you know, that literally almost happened. That's how receptive this industry is to us. So, you know, I think we've got an incredible opportunity in front of us. It's just about making it happen.
Well, it sounds like you guys are on the right track, and if the fans I've interacted with in the Legion so far are any sign, just the word of mouth alone is going to make any project successful.
Yeah, thank you. So, no, we're excited. All right.
Well,
thank you. Yeah, nice to see you.